Every night in my dreams, I see you, I feel you. That is how I know you. Go on. Far across the distance,
Canada's national
spaces
treasure.
Between us, you have come to show you. Go on. Near, far, wherever you are,
okay, I guess he's not
I
stopping.
believe that the heart does go on. Okay.
I just want to say, as a random related aside, right after I read the More Than Meets the Eye issue, where Rewind actually says "I love you." It wasn't actually that song, but it was "I Will Always Love You" by Whitney Houston. Came on like in a grocery store I was in, and I had to stop myself from bawling.
No, I'm afraid that whenever any Canadian is confronted with anything Titanic related, they must go into at least a couple verses of Celine Dion. Because yes, welcome to Stasis Pod, the Transformers Rescue Bots podcast. I'm Rob.
I'm Jen, and I will be podcasting tonight with my little baby kittens, Thor and Loki.
Sea Phantom! Sea Phantom! Sea Phantom! He's not a chicken! Sea Phantom! Sea Phantom! Sea Phantom! He's a redeck of Overbite! Sea Phantom! Sea Phantom! I'm David.
And yes, today we are watching 2 VHS tapes worth of Phantom of the Sea.
So I was working at a mall bookstore when this came out on VHS, and we did not normally carry movies. It was not a time when, you know, your bookstores had a movie section, but we absolutely got one of those like cardboard standees of Titanic on VHS.
And I bet you sold a bunch of them.
We sold a good number of them, yeah. It was, you know, like, you'd have them in anywhere you went, like, everyone had them. There were a lot of them. There are a lot of them in circulation. And it came back to haunt me later when I worked at a used bookstore.
No, I know I saw Titanic, I just don't remember when. But whenever I hear Titanic, the first thing that pops into my mind is Ghostbusters 2.
Ghostbusters 2. Oh, well, better late than never.
Yeah.
No, I saw it in the theater with a girl.
I did not.
I have no idea.
Nor did I see it with a boy. I did, in fact, specifically go see a movie with a boy before I knew better. At the time that Titanic was in the theater, but we went to see, what was it, American Werewolf in... Whichever
Paris.
one that was up. Yes, American Werewolf in Paris.
Oh, that movie is terrible.
Oh, the CG in the commercials was just so bad. Oh, no.
I mean, it's sub Beast Wars.
I like movies about disasters, but I'm not so much into movies about feelings. So, like, I felt like, and it could have just been in the marketing, but I felt like the disaster to feelings, like, no one seemed to be divorced. And I'm only really familiar with disaster movies in which the main character is divorced.
Well, that's entirely Roland Emmerich.
I mean, it was 1912. You really couldn't get divorced at the time.
That's
respectively.
Fair.
However, there is like a woman who is totally like breaking up with her awful fiancé.
Yeah, you can break up with fiancé, not a husband.
Yeah,
back then you would just go across the ocean to leave your husband.
As played by the Phantom himself, Billy Zane.
Oh yeah, he's a horrible asshole in that movie. He's great.
And for more talk about Billy Zane, check out our Patreon this month.
Yes, as someone whose sister is getting heavy into genealogy, I'm definitely aware that back in those days, people would occasionally have intercourse with people who were not their married spouse.
Oh, and trust me, I was 12. I saw this in the theater. There was more intercourse than I was expecting.
12? Wow.
Oh, geez,
it was 1997.
20? Wait.
Yes. I think that was the age that I was when I insisted on going to see Batman Returns on opening weekend. because I was edgy.
Well, there's less nudity in Batman Returns, but definitely more weird sex stuff.
Yeah.
People just having regular 1912 sex in Titanic. But I will say, if you want the disaster part, you could just watch, like, the last hour.
That's fair. So the second VHS tape.
Yes.
Yeah, just pop in that second VHS tape. You get the good stuff. You definitely get a guy getting killed with one of the propellers.
Ooh.
That's sort of in the background.
Anyway. Anyway, so this is the 56th episode of Transformers Rescue Bots, first aired November 15th, 2014, written by Greg Johnson, who wrote several episodes of Beast Wars, and then many episodes of Rescue Bots, last seen writing Big Game.
Oh, yeah.
The Quint Quarry episode.
So, like, what, 1-2 episodes ago?
Yes.
Oh my god. Someone seems to have decided that they're going to die if they don't get into the kitten room, so I'm going to stand up and go open the door real quick. Go on. Carry on.
Okay, so we open up, and it is a foggy night in ye old Griffin Rock. And, everybody's on the ferry, they're on the pier, and they're looking out to sea, waiting for something. And the robots have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, when this episode started with the fog and people looking out, and I was expecting a lighthouse. I was expecting the foghorn, not Titanic, too.
And
where's my sea monster?
There is sort of a weird flute medley in the score of this episode that is 100% a Titanic reference. Like, it's the opening bit of My Heart Will Go On. And specifically, it's obviously everybody in town is interested in this, but Danny is very interested.
Mm-hmm. Because, as they point out, she is very much interested in shipping.
Yes.
Yes, she is a shipper. And this episode explained to me a definition of shipper I had never heard before, and it would be like the third or fourth on my possible thoughts of what a shipper is.
Yes, so in the Griffin Rock context, a shipper is someone who is an enthusiast about the SS Phantom Voyager.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a mouthful of a ship from the 20s.
Also, it's very convenient that the Phantom Voyager was the ship that became a ghost ship.
Yeah.
It seems like, sailors are really superstitious to begin with. Like, that ship name just sounds like an incredibly bad omen. Like, we are just starting out with, no one wants to be on that ship. Bad things are gonna happen to that ship.
Oh, the Phantom Voyager. That sounds like me every time I try to go toy hunting.
Yeah.
I'm looking for that new bulkhead, but there's just a puff of smoke on the shelf where it used to be. They only get new stock in every 10 years during a squall at sea. So, yeah, the Phantom Voyager, it was supposed to make port. It was an ocean liner. It was supposed to make port in Griffin Rock in 1915. At which point its captain, was it Ansel Ambrose, one of the first guys in the phone book.
Yes.
Was supposed to make port here and then to marry his sweetheart, Lillian. But instead, the ship was struck by lightning, everyone evacuated save for the captain, and then the ship vanished, only to appear once every 10 years on a night just like tonight.
It's always going to be just like tonight.
And then then Lillian just waited apparently the rest of her life, waiting for the Phantom Voyager to finally come. She was a real Miss Havisham.
Everybody's very into this story.
Yes.
To this sad, tragic.
Why are there no widow's walks on this island?
I don't know.
And
because they're
they need more beachfront houses.
I almost wonder if this is a deliberate reference to all those Hallmark romance movies that Lacey Chabert is in.
I also wonder.
I mean, I don't know if they have the budget to rent a cruise ship for one of those movies, but this kind of seems like the plot of one. I think there's like supernatural ones.
They could just be on a cruise ship and just be filming a movie, but like they're passengers.
Or they
just paid passenger rates.
Bad news. That guy who played Riley on Buffy has food poisoning. Find me the most handsome passenger and we can kind of walk him through it. Anyway, so yeah, everybody is watching. And, it's also at this point that they mentioned that Danny recently, to make sure that, to the boys watching that Danny is not a total gross girl, she also recently won the family belching contest.
Oh my goodness, Thor. Yes. Because they don't want her to come off as like too femme.
No.
They have to make sure that the boys are still on board with it.
Later in the episode they also have to mention that she can't cook.
Yes. Well, they do that with some regularity.
Yeah, she won that belching contest like some kind of Eudora Welty.
So there's a lot of science going on for this ghost ship.
Yes, well, because the Greenes are out, they're on their floating lab, and they are attempting to get to the bottom of this. And indeed, it does show up on their instruments. Initially, they think it's just it's a freighter because it's they spot it every year and it's always a freighter. But no, this time it is there for real, complete with some wacky purple energy effects.
Dun dun, and lots of sparkles.
And so much to Blades' displeasure, Danny wants to go in for a closer look.
Doc Greene does note that this energy signature, its strange energy signature, does seem familiar.
Yes.
Dun dun.
Coming, Eudora. That's an old Simpsons gag. Anyway, so unfortunately, as soon as they get within range of the boat, they get lassoed by the ship's mysterious inhabitant, who we hear a piano scare chord playing whenever he comes close. I love a good scare chord.
Yes. It's very important. Yes.
And so, of course, the other bots and their human companions have to go over as well, leaving the chief behind. But
also, while they're out there checking out the ship, Danny explains to everyone this whole backstory with the captain, and Chase declares this to be a horrible story.
Yes.
About how his fiancée ended up looking for him for the rest of her life. It's what a horrible story. Also, Danny threatens Blades when he doesn't want to go over. She says she'll disassemble him. No disassemble, Danny.
Oh man, she's gonna sick Los Locos on him.
No.
His ass, face, and balls may be kicked into outer space.
Whichever ones of those he actually has.
So, of course, they go over to attempt to rescue him, but unfortunately, it is then that the ship disappears, and they end up in the endless purple void.
So it disappears into a very lovely shower of sparkles.
Yes.
Yeah, so at first I thought this was maybe going to be a monster movie. Then I say, it's a Titanic. And then they were going, maybe it's going to be Deep Rising. No. Now we're in this Philadelphia experiment.
Oh, you're right. It is a Philadelphia experiment.
Yeah. Which is total bullshit, but it's one of those stupid movies I saw as a kid. It's like, this could be real. No, that's totally not real. It's a dumb bullshit about some lying asshole who claimed to be a scientist.
Well, as long as it's not like the Philadelphia Experiment 2, which is the one where they go back in time and somehow come back in the future and Nazis have conquered America.
Oh, weird.
Oh.
No, I prefer the body horror one where people get stuck in the boat.
Oh, and they're melted into the chairs? That is messed up.
Yeah, that's gruesome. I love horror. Well, I used to love horror shit like that as a kid. Now I have less of a stomach for it. But yeah, we're floating in a purple audience void with Like Blades asks, "Oh, should I fly for help? Fly to where?"
They can't hear the sea anymore.
They can't hear anything. They are in the void.
It's where my Animal Crossing villagers go when they move out, when they're waiting to move to another island.
Oh, no. I think it's before this where Blades asks, like, why is there not another flying Autobot? Why do I have to do all this dangerous stuff?
Maybe someone else will get a flying secondary mode at some point.
We do get a little boat mode in this episode. Gotta sell that boat.
Yay!
Anyway, so they split up because obviously the Autobots can't really go into the human scale sections of the ship, which was a nice touch, as often they kind of forget that, and everybody just has huge doors for some reason.
Yeah. Well, they're
just has convenient robot-sized doors.
Other than, like, Doc Green's place and various warehouses, they're not usually indoors that often.
No.
Or museum.
Yeah, so they go down to the cargo hold. Down there, once again, somebody is creeping around and locks them in there.
Dun dun.
Well, the others get to the ballroom, which is big The Shining vibes.
Yes.
Da, 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 da.
And the food is still fresh and warm.
And good enough for Cade to eat.
Yeah.
It's like, his first idea when he sees 100-year-old food, I'm going to eat that.
I mean, he smells it.
100-year-old ham.
It looks fresh. Presumably he verified that it did indeed look fresh and not, like, horribly mummified.
Well, he did say it looked better than his sister's cooking, so...
Yes.
Zing.
Gotta dig in on Danny's cooking.
And then we
encounter a ghost.
Yes. Except it is indeed Captain Ansel Ambrose, voiced by voice actor J.B. Blanc. He sounds
a lot like Gary Chalk.
He does sound like Gary Chalk.
I had to look it up because I was like, is that Gary Chalk?
He's been in a whole bunch of things. I remember him as Alfred in that Beware the Batman cartoon that I think only I watched.
Oh. It was of everybody in the world, only you watched it.
That's how quickly it was canceled, so I'm going to assume so. And it was a Batman show, and yet it almost immediately got shunted into like the 6 a.m. death slot.
Oh no. Well, maybe it should have been Teen Titans Go.
Clearly.
Oh, he's another voice actor from Naruto. He voices a dog.
Oh. Yeah, he's in a bunch of Bleach.
Oh, who the fuck is he in Bleach?
Let's see. Seijin Komamura?
Why am I blanking? Then again, I haven't seen Bleach in like almost a decade, so...
And also a guy who's in a ton of video games.
I like that, according to the TF Wiki, he is Alfred in Beware the Batman and Bane in Arkham Origins. Because, two very similar characters.
In Naruto, he voices a little dog, like a little pug-looking thing. Uh-huh. In Bleach, he voices a wolf man.
So he's just a guy who plays a lot of dogs, I guess.
Apparently. Which explains why I couldn't remember that name. I just remember, the dog guy.
Yeah.
The heck?
So, he's very confused because to him, it's only been a few hours.
Yes.
And thus to him, it's still 1915. So he's very confused at everybody's strange garb and their mysterious Iron Men.
I like that he has no idea what they are. Also, he is very confused as to why they have a flying machine with no wings.
Yes. Oh, and also he's playing some creepy music on a gramophone. Just for a little ambiance, I guess.
Well, as you do.
That's what I would do.
So it turns out to him, the ship is rematerializing every hour. Which means that there is a time dilation here, which means that for every hour that passes in this endless purple void, 10 years pass in reality. Which is bad news because they have just rematerialized in the real world again, and everyone's old.
Well, yes. I guess we're having a a time skip. We're just in the future now. Rest of the series, Frankie is now a young adult. Chief is older. Doc Greene is older. Guess that's just our new status quo.
Doc Greene has got full Doc Brown.
That would be great if it was just, well, this is our new status quo now.
I mean, in an inconsequential episode, it would be neat. But yes, Doc Brown's hair has gone white, so he looks even more like Doc Brown.
Yes.
Yes.
And yeah, Frankie's like a teenager, which is weird with Cody being still a child.
Yeah, well, she just looks taller. The dads have gone gray.
Yes. I mean, I guess if she's like, I don't know, 12, so she's like 22 now?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got her helicopter pilot's license.
Yes. But of course they are botless, so it's just a regular helicopter.
Boring.
And, you know, obviously he is very relieved to see, they're all relieved to see everybody. It's been a rough 10 years for these people, clearly.
Yeah, Chief's whole family went missing. That's pretty rough.
Yeah.
It's not nothing.
Anyway, so Doc Greene apparently has spent the past 10 years tracing that energy, and it turns out it comes from that time machine. Or at least comes from a time machine. It's the time machine that we saw previously in It's a Bot Time and Bot the Future.
Yes. Yep, it was familiar because it was the same temporal... I don't think they call it temporal energy. I just like temporal energy. As they were getting off the time machine that they already had. I wonder where that could have come from. We'll get to that in a moment.
But
also just, I feel like you should have to have... I mean, I realize that things were not as regulated back then, but I feel like maybe you should have to put, big warning signs on your time machine before you put it in the cargo hold, and maybe, ship it in pieces instead of being, in its one functional piece, because...
Yeah, shipping in pieces is a better idea. But just, what warning signs are you going to be on? We have not yet learned that lightning, if it hits this, will cause temporal distortions, but this note is here from a future person that put it on this device.
Well, yes, but it's much cheaper to send it if I put it in the one package. I've got to pay separate postage for my my various time machine components. It's much easier if I have them all in the same package and all assembled, so I don't have to futz around with an Allen wrench once I actually get it.
We'll get to them closing a loop we didn't know was a loop later. But where does this time machine end up? Is it still sitting on the island?
Well,
now?
I guess it got to its...
wherever its destination was?
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. There's some time stuff at the end. It's very confusing.
Wibbly wobbly. It's not that serious about it, but yeah.
And of course, before this actually happens, the ferry that was full of looky-loos 10 years in the future has collided with the ship. So, as per the title of the show, we have to do some rescuing by bots.
Yes. They seem to have been just slightly off course of where the ship was expected to show up.
Yes. Oops. Either that or it's getting a little closer every time.
Yeah, but you would think that they would have figured that out by now. But I guess most of the time they were actually seeing freighters and not the actual ghost ship. So maybe they didn't actually have enough data to figure out the exact place it would be expected to reappear.
And so we do have a bit of a traumatic choice for the chief, because he obviously wants them to stay with him. But they think they can go back and fix all of this. And not elaborated in this episode, this presumably means erasing this guy's entire timeline.
Yeah, let's just destroy causality itself. Let's just... Sure.
Well, the longer you stay in alternate futures, the easier it is to delete those alternate futures. We gotta go back quick.
So they get back on the ship. It disappears, and indeed they find the time machine, which was sent to Griffin Rock, care of one Dr. Thaddeus Morocco.
Dun dun dun. No one is surprised by this.
Nope.
Damn you, Morocco! You international Judas.
that asshole.
And we know that he is, like, crazy old.
Yes.
Well, we already learned that, like, he was, like, 150 or
something. I don't know if we're eventually going to find... Well, we know that his... the de-aging machine he uses is the Verne device.
Yeah.
Which was, of course, invented by famous 19th century scientist Ernest P. Worrell.
Yes, and this time machine on the boat is sort of Jules Vernean time machine movie looking.
Oh, it's got like the big levers and
it's just
got a big crystal in the middle.
It's just missing the big spinning thing in the back.
Although, of course, I don't. Did Jules Verne write a time machine book?
No, that was H.G. Wells.
Yeah, it's H.G. Wells.
Okay.
And it does very much resemble the time machine from like the '60s time machine movie.
Well, yeah, that's the coolest one. It's a big golden chariot.
Is that James Mason?
Best one.
I don't remember. I just remember what it looks like and what the Morlocks look like.
I may be... Oh, no, it was let's see. Oh, no, Rod Taylor. And also Alan Young, the man who would be...
Yes! Scrooge McDuck.
Scrooge McDuck.
Okay.
Not the Alan Young who is a person we know.
No.
Okay. I was thinking of James Mason because, again, I'm confusing my Verne and my Wells because Mason is in 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Ah, okay.
Which means that you will be spared for now my terrible James Mason impression.
Yes. That's for the best.
Anyway, so the plan is that they are going to put this time machine back 10 years and they are going to go back where they came from. But they're going to need some more juice, and unfortunately, unlike in Back to the Future, they don't know exactly when lightning is going to strike again.
They do not have a convenient, historically notable lightning strike to go off of.
Yeah, that specifically hit a clock tower, the most convenient thing for it to hit.
Yeah. And then they never bothered to fix it.
But thankfully, they do have some spare energon that Blades just happens to keep on him in case he needs a snack.
It's important. Also, Blades does seem most likely to just carry around snacks.
Yes.
So, fair.
So they crank it back 10 years, and they give Ambrose instructions on cranking it back 10 clicks to go back to 1915.
10 clicks, and no more, no less.
Yes.
So that they can really destroy history.
Yes. Yes. So it goes through, as Blade says, more purple. That's good, right? And yes, and they do indeed come back to from whence they departed moments later, in the present day of what I guess is 2015. And then the Phantom Voyager disappears for good.
Sparkles.
And so later it turns out that Ambrose did make it back to 1915 and did marry Lillian, which is raising all sorts of questions. Does the Phantom Voyager still appear?
So many time travel questions.
Does Danny only know about this because she was on the time trip and not affected by the wave of causality that altered the past?
There are a lot of questions here that we are just not going to think too hard about.
No,
this is not hard science.
Need to bring it back.
This is not hard science fiction. This is some nice, soft, gentle science fiction. It's just going to be whatever is a fun story. So yes, Danny excitedly shows everybody a wedding photo of him and Lillian. And she's very excited about it.
But maybe not as excited as Cade, who lets out a real high-pitched squee.
Yes.
Yes.
But of course he explains he's just practicing for the burping tournament. At which point Danny shows him how it's done. I'm not sure if that might be Maurice LaMarche.
Mm-hmm.
As he
doing a real good belch.
He does a thing where he burps on command. Like, extremely, like, there's a thing where they do that on Animaniacs that was him.
Oh.
Okay.
And then I believe it's also done in the episode of The Simpsons I was talking about earlier, in which a visiting character from The Critic, Jay Sherman, defeats Homer at Burping.
Man, good old The Critic.
It stinks. And yeah, that is the episode. I enjoyed this one. I like nautical ghost ship stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apart from the ending's excessive hand waving of time travel stuff, which, it's a kids show.
Yeah.
It's a little kids show, and we're just gonna. It's okay. We're not gonna think too hard about erasing anyone's timelines.
And also, thankfully, because this is a kids show, the episode doesn't end with a bunch of people in the ballroom getting cut in half with metal wire. As happens in the 2000 movie Ghost Ship.
I forget if I saw that.
Did I see that? No, I feel like I might have seen that in the theater.
Sorry, 2002.
No, I wouldn't have seen it in 2002.
That's one with, it's got
Maybe I saw a poster for it.
I mean, you almost certainly saw the poster because it's like a big ship and it's got like a skull on the front.
Yes.
Well.
Yes, I'm absolutely familiar with that.
And also the tagline is "See Evil," S-E-A, evil. It's a much less good ghost ship movie than spooky late 90s, early aughts, spooky happenings at sea movie than Deep Rising.
My favorite spooky movie that takes place on a ship is Event Horizon.
That one.
That's a different kind of ship.
No, Deep Rising is a movie that I loved, and I so wished it had a sequel. It had one of the best sequel setups at the end to me.
The sequel setup was supposed to be a King Kong movie.
Oh, really? Wow.
I think so. Well, because they get off the island.
Yeah, they get on an island of monsters at the end.
Right. After escaping from a ship that is being eaten by some sort of horrific giant squid monster.
Yeah, big kraken thingy, which was a neat design.
With one of my favorite terrible lines of horror movies. So what, it eats you? No, it drinks you.
That is kind of dumb.
Oh, that's terrible. That's so bad.
And I did enjoy this one a lot. It had a lot of stuff that I liked. Although, again, the time travel stuff, do not think about it too hard.
Yeah.
It does not make any sense.
Yeah, we're just gonna keep it soft, and nobody's disappearing from existence because their parents didn't sleep together or anything.
Yeah, it's
just
regular wibbly wobbly Doctor Who level time travel stuff. With the title and the fog, I was hoping for a sea monster episode, but time travel's okay, even if it's the Philadelphia experiment.
Well, the good news is in the very next episode we're going to get a sea monster in space.
In space.
That's not where sea monsters go.
But there's always the Sargasso of space. It works.
That's where space monsters go.
I mean, a lot of space movies are just sea movies.
Yeah, they're submarine movies
That's
half
true.
the time.
Again, like my joke about Event Horizon.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, that's a haunted
Star Trek
house
2,
movie.
Star Trek 2 Wrath of Khan, that's pretty much just a submarine movie.
It's a really good submarine movie.
And conversely, Master and Commander, The Far Side of the World, is pretty much just a Star Trek movie.
Ooh, I haven't seen that.
Oh, it's good.
Okay.
That's fair.
Russell Crowe, Paul Bettany, wooden Napoleonic ships. Great movie. Superior dad movie.
I see.
But anyway, I believe that now brings us to David's Tokusatsu Corner.
Oh, yes. This week, our Gosei Sentai Die Ranger, the heroes are stark naked!
Oh ho.
What?
I can kind of just leave it there. It's
the end.
Don't really need much else. The Rangers were fighting a green Zaku-looking Cyclops monster guy. He grows big. They kill him. But he was Kaku, their ex-master Kaku's henchman follower guy. And Kaku's very mad because his Zaku friend dies in his arms. And he's like, no, Rangers, you should disband. Hand over your changing devices to me and your Lili balls and go away. And they're like, what? No, why? And he refuses to explain anything. So they just leave. He leaves. Like, he's been having the guy stick, like, magic pole thingies in the roofs of 2 buildings for reasons, and he doesn't explain the reasons. Also, at this point, Kaku finally says, yes, I am a Gorma. I was a Gorma centuries ago. But Gorma attacked Earth. I left them. And now I'm back with them. And they're like, wait, what? Why? You're a Gorma, but you taught us chi. What? What is this entire war about? So they're angsting. Red has a flashback to, like, single-digit episodes when we found out his dad was basically Darth Vader of the Gorma. He was dressed in black armor, and they had to kill him. That's an aside. Kaku tells them to come to the rock quarry to have a fight. Hand over your balls and your devices. And then they asked him, it's like, okay, what's with the antennas? Why'd you go to the Gorma? Why didn't you tell us you were a Gorma? It's like other questions. Every ranger has a question, and he, like, no, doesn't answer a shitting thing. It's like, no, I'm not explaining anything to you. Hand over the balls. They're like, why? And he starts fighting. They have to attack him. The 3 Cenobite trio shows up to sit on the sidelines of the rock quarry and just giggle and have popcorn while this fight's going on. Kaku no-sells every one of their attacks. Like, it just does nothing. Until they bring out the monster-killing Chi Bazooka, which knocks him backwards, and then he just stands back up and knocks dust off himself. It's like, okay, now it's my turn. And he blasts them, knocks them all out of their suits, leaves them unconscious, takes their devices so they can't change anymore into Rangers, just leaves them in a rock quarry, no explanation, no nothing. They're like, Kaku, why?
And they are indeed stark naked?
They are not naked. They're naked of their Ranger suits. They're naked to the world. It's not literal.
Boring.
I know.
I thought we were going to have like an Austin Powers situation where like various props and like rocks are held up to block anything.
No, if you want to see that, you have to watch 90s Kamen Rider or 2000s Kamen Rider.
Because they do that in one very funny bit in Evangelion.
Oh yeah, that's one.
I know funny bits in Evangelion. It's not a thing that you're used to, but it happens.
No, there's some good comedy beats, and that is probably the high point. The toothpicks. But yeah, like, no, I don't know if you're going to see naked man ass in any Super Sentai Power Ranger stuff. Kamen Rider, yes, there are episodes and seasons where you get to see man butt. Like, to the point where it's running gags. Wow, that guy has a nice ass. We missed that nice ass because that character died.
R.I.P. that ass.
But yeah,
R.I.P. that ass.
This entire episode is Kaku not explaining what the fuck he's doing and just beating up the Rangers. It moves very quickly.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it's okay. It's interesting. We're ramping up to the end of the series. There's like 4 episodes left, I think. Something like that. So things will be explained eventually. Just not yet. I'm done. And where the hell are my notes for?
Power Rangers.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's the next episode of a wacky title. The Amazing Truth! Oh, I guess Kaku explains crap. Finally.
Someone finally explains what's going on.
Alright, so that is it for us for this week. We'll be back next week with more Transformers Rescue Bots. And until then, you can find us all over the internet. We're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, and we have a Patreon.
Yes, we are hosted on Iacon Underground, where we have a Patreon set up to help with hosting and other expenses. That can be found at patreon.com/Iacon Underground. I have people texting me. My wrist dinging. This month, in honor of the premiere of the very exciting She-Hulk Disney Plus show, we will be doing something else with She-Hulk in it. Once again, we are going back to the less than spectacular Marvel animated output of the 90s, with the Incredible Hulk cartoon episode Doomed, where we are introduced to Jennifer Walters of that particular setting. And I'll just say that I am originally from Alabama, and that's not cousins. That's not how cousins work.
Have you ever seen anime? That's how cousins work.
We will have a lot of fun things to say about that particular approach to people being cousins, and by none other than Bob Forward.
Yeah, it's got a certain approach to a lot of things. So please enjoy it while you can before the three of us are all sentenced and shipped off to horny jail.
Break out the bonk hammers.
So for as little as $1 a month, you can listen in on our special Patreon episodes. We do a lot of fun things along those lines. Instead of watching Morbius, we also watched the episode of the 90s Spider-Man cartoon with Morbius.
Felicia.
Just add extra, you gotta add some extra syllables in there. It's just not right. But that's my main complaint about the actual movie that I actually ended up getting from Redbox, was you gotta have the ridiculous accent. If you don't sound like Tommy Wiseau, what are you even doing? So that is over at patreon.com/IaconUnderground.
All right. So until next time we deal with some unfinished business, I'm Rob.
I'm Jen.
And I'm David.